Hi, welcome to Channel 1 TV. This is the very first episode of Scorecard right here on Channel 1 TV. Of course, my name be Gabi Ofe. Today promises to be a very, very interesting show. Why? Because the United fans are actually talking big after that 2-0 draw against Liverpool. They are actually asking that they want to play Liverpool every match week. So just give them Liverpool and they'll be winning the games for you. We'll touch on that a bit later. We were heavy on radio. We gave you the commentary, so we are here to give you the analysis with coupled with visuals, break down whatever happened at Anfield for you, and then we'll touch on the match week 20, the games that happened. We'll talk some women's football. Haaland has left to Zambia's Copa Queens, just 6 months to the Africa Cup of Nations, the Women's Africa Cup of Nations, which will be taking place in Morocco. As it stands, the Black Queens haven't got any coach. Maybe Susu Graham can go and join up and take the Black Queens job, so that they can do some big things in that Women's AFCON that will be taking place this year in June 2025. We'll touch on that, the way forward for the Black Queens. And then there's some Ghana Premier League news. Hatterfolk recorded yet another win. Abubakar Ouattara says his side are not in a title race, but they are getting closer to table toppers Heart of Lions. We'll try and look at that and also touch a bit on Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They drop point in Takwa against Mediama Sporting Club. So it's going to be a very good one. You can also join us in the conversation, send in your thoughts. We'll display the WhatsApp text lines and let us know what you think. I'll have to hear from the Manchester United fans after that 2-0 draw earlier today. We're taking a quick break. When we come back, I'll introduce my guest and then we'll set the ball rolling. All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned with us. This is Channel 1 TV, very first episode of the year, Scorecard, right on your TV for you. My name is Gabi Ofe. Let me introduce my starting 11 for today's game. No, starting 2 actually. I don't have the other 11 players, so starting 2 for today's game. I've got my strike. Did you play as a striker?
No, I was a centre back.
Centre back. Charlie, centre back.
Yeah, I was a centre back.
It's so great.
I don't look like a centre back.
No. Your stature, they don't bully you.
Like, no, don't worry. I'm tenacious. Don't worry. Don't look at what I look like. I'm tenacious. I was able to hold.
Listeners, viewers. There you have. So defender for today's game is Susu Graham, and then I've got striker, right?
No, I'm a 10. I like to create.
Okay, so skimmer.
Yeah.
Hazard. Kudus.
Bruno awareness.
Emmanuel Nubo, my 2 players for today's episode. Of course, my name is Gabi Ofe. Guys, I hope you've had a very good week, and it's a very first episode of Scorecard. We've been working and doing all sorts of things on the other side that we can't say here on TV, but I know. Are you okay, Susu?
I know I've lost my voice a bit. It looks like the Hamatan.
Is that
the Hamatan that's been raining.
No, but how are you?
Good to me. So.
I'm good.
It's good to see you
again.
again.
A little sad about the results today, but
against Liverpool.
Yeah, happy case. Coach is not here, so I'll do it for him.
Speaking of coach, he called me. He's furious about the
Maguire. But he wants Maguire gone from the club.
Size 50.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into that conversation a bit later, but let's try and start with some women's football. Yeah, women's football. So like I rightly put it in my intro, just few months to the start of the 2025 Women's African Cup of Nations, which will be held in Morocco. Not too long, 2 days ago, the Zambian Football Federation put out on their Facebook handle and also their X handle, I believe, confirming the appointment of Nora Hutla, who is was with the Black Queens. So she's decided to move to the other side of the Queens, that's in Zambia, with Zambia's Copa Queens. And prior to that, there was so much talk about some contracts. She had to renew, the GFA had to renew her contract, and they failed to do that. What she was looking for was some friendly games to play ahead of the Women's African Cup of Nations. And she put out some really interesting graph that displayed the countries that have played in the, preparatory games compared to Ghana, what we've been doing. But clearly, Charlie, that did not work for her. I think that was one of the major things that led to her going to Zambia. And they've confirmed that appointment. The GFA also put it out on their website, the Ghana Football Association website, confirming the appointment that she's left to. In fact, they didn't even say, the GFA didn't actually say in that statement they put out, they didn't put it in there that she's left to Zambia.
You
But
just say she's left.
yeah, they just said she's left. They failed to blah blah blah. Guys, just quick thoughts. Let me start off with you, Susu. I think if you ask me, the Black Queens were the only national team that gave that put some light on whatever the GFA were doing in terms of football, or in terms of the football we were doing in this country. The last 2 to 3 years, she qualified this team to the Alcon. We were on the verge of qualifying to the Paralympics games, and we lost to Zambia 3-3, and that sparked that interest on the part of the Zambian Football Federation. I remember that game while I was watching that game on their Facebook Live, and you could tell from the Zambians, they were not too happy with Bruce Nwape, their former coach, who's not been sacked, but he's been taken to a different role. They were calling, a lot of them were calling for the appointment of Nora.
Yeah, they saw what they wanted and they got it. A serious FA doing serious things. Yeah. To be frank, we had something good here. We had a coach who was invested in the team. She took her job seriously, which is why she was complaining about the friendly matches. She wanted to prepare. She didn't want to go and disgrace herself at the AFCON because she took her job seriously. And we didn't support her. And now she's going to a serious team. It's that simple. And it's very disappointing for this to happen. But I also like that we've done a bit of women's sports. As they signed the affirmative action bill, we should be doing more women's sports on this. We have to keep in line with political trends.
Well, I think we can do that because when the Alcon kicks in, we'll be doing that.
We have to keep in line with political trends. So we have to, but yeah, look, this is the one team that seems to be doing well. And it's even unfortunate because they messed up her under 20, so she didn't have even the youth coming through and all of that stuff because of our issues with the age cheating, blah, blah, blah. So this coach was doing very well.
That's the Black Maidens.
The Black Queens took her job very seriously. She was making her, and look, our Black Queens has struggled for a while. So she kind of re-lifted our level. She brought us back to where we know ourselves to be on the African continent, and we've let her go. And she's going to Zambia, one of the top teams on the continent. You see Zambia every time they're at the Olympics. The two most expensive.
Back-to-back Olympics qualification.
The two most expensive female players in the world are both Zambian. So this is a very serious team, a very talented.
And Rachel Kudandaji.
Yeah, very talented players. They are doing serious things, and they've got a serious coach. So I think it's good for Africa in the sense that one of the best women's coaches in women's football is coaching one of the best teams, so they can make an impact, at the World Cup, the next Olympics, blah, blah, blah. But it's also painful as a Ghanaian that we've lost such a talented person who was serious about her job, wanted to take the Black Queens for it, and could have done very well because she was lifting the level up. We could see the consistency was coming, and I think the GFA dropped the ball on that one. I think they have to hold the blame. I think if it was maybe they couldn't pay her, that's a different issue. But if it's, as we understand, because of this friendly games issue, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, so per the reports, she wanted 2 friendly games. Against Senegal and Tunisia, and then regards to how much the GFA were to pay her, she was asking for $6,000 a month because the Zambians are giving her $7,000. They had to put out those figures, but those were the reports.
How much are we paying her in her first contract?
So 4. Yes, 4,000.
I think she's ended.
So the contract on the part of the GFA was 6,000, and then 5,000 bonus. That's if she performs at the Alcon. And the Zambians are giving it 7,000.
I think she had earned the 6,000 she was asking for. And the second thing is, how hard is it to organize a friendly? The Black Stars are playing games all the time. You organize friendlies for them. Friendlies that we can't even watch because you go and play them in the middle of nowhere.
Morocco.
You play them somewhere. Then we have to now be looking for stream and YouTube and things to watch. How hard is it to do that for the Black Queens? You do it for the Black Stars. So it shows that the GFA don't care. And like I said, I'll go back to the affirmative action bill. Right now, we are taking women representation serious. So everything you do for the Black Stars, we want
do for the Black Queens, do for the Black Maidens.
Yeah, we want to see,
do for the Black Princesses.
We want to see equal efforts for our male and female national teams. We want to see that the GFA is doing that. So I think it's important. They let themselves down by not taking the Black Queens as seriously as they should. Because the Black Stars, when they won friendly games, they get them. We even went to Japan to do Kirin Cup. To get ready for a tournament and things. We've done things, you get what I'm saying? But when it comes to the Black Queens, 2 friendlies, it's so hard to do. What was it that the people wanted money from us or what? They also want to play games for the AFCON. They want to prepare. I don't think they're against playing us. This is that maybe we couldn't find a venue or what. They should explain why they couldn't get those friendlies. If it's a good reason, we'll say, okay, fair enough. But from our understanding right now, you can't arrange friendlies. Explain to us why you can't. Because you do it for the Black Stars. So explain to us in detail. But anyway, the GFA said they're the most transparent sports organization. So I'm waiting.
Well, what I can say is that all the best to Nora Hutla. I had a chance to interact with her on 2 occasions, and she came as a woman who knew her stuff. In regards to the football she was doing.
We saw it in the football.
In this country, yeah. And I tell you what, a lot of these players actually played for her.
Exactly.
A lot of these players that played under her played for her. But no, but just quick thoughts on what has happened.
I mean, to summarize or to add up to what Susu said, this just shows you that where Ghana football is right now.
Yeah.
While other people are progressing, we are retrogressing. Our men's team is not doing well. She's gone to the Zambian national team, back-to-back Olympic qualifications. I think they were 3rd in the last female AFCON.
Yeah, they got to the semis.
So now they've gone for a coach who they probably think that with the squad they have and what they can take them to the next level. That's a serious team. That's a serious organization. The men's football is not progressing. Women's football, there's a ban here and there. We can't seem to just organize ourselves together and do something good. So for me, I mean, it's good riddance for Zambia. Now we don't know whether we'll go to the female AFCON without a coach or Susu coach or like
his football manager.
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months.
His
So.
football
6 months
manager
to the tournament.
6 months.
And you let such a gem go. Someone.
And I'm even hearing that some of the players are now thinking about should they, when the collapse are being put out, should they come, should they not come? Because Nora is no more there.
Would there even be effort and all those kind of things?
Charlie.
Like, we need to sit up.
Well,
we really need to sit up.
let's see. We'll be keeping tabs on Nora Hutla and what she does with the Zambian women's national team. That's the Copa Queens. I'm pretty sure they'll be very, very good at the AFCON. So let's see what happens. And the Black Queens, we'll see who comes in next as the women's head coach for that senior women's national team. Let's talk about the Ghana Premier League. Hearts of Oak. They recorded another win, this time against Legon Cities. That game was played at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. And Kotoko also were held to a 1-0 draw by Mediama Sporting Club. No, but just continue this conversation for me. So, Abubakar Atta, last season, he was on the receiving end by the Hearts of Oak supporters.
Yeah.
A lot of the supporters said that his football, Charlie, tactics no day, the performance was mundane, lack of ideas up front. But he's gone on a I think 4 games.
Yeah.
Winning run, he's just lost 1.
Yeah, I think in their last 10,
so 5
they've
games.
lost 2, drawn 2, won the rest. They've won 6 or so in their last 10.
He's closer to the title. Your thoughts on his run so far?
I mean, if you look at the league table, everybody's close to the title.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
that's the Ghana
the point differentials is very, very slim. But I think for Hearts of Oak is good. I mean, again, it's nice to see a game under the lights. Even though the pitch is not the best, but it's nice to see the top teams play well. I think the Hearts of Oak got a red card with 5 or 6 minutes to go. They're able to hold it. So yeah, I think 3 games on a bounce they've been winning. If they can sustain that, maybe get into the top 2 or so, I think that would be good for them. When performances keep going well, that will also be able to get some fans to the stadium, and then it will help promote the game. But I mean, for the GFA, we can't say a lot about them, but some of these things will give the fans some joy to be able to go to the stadium, to watch some good football, watch some performances. And I think that's what we need to grow the local league a bit. I mean, aside the pitches, which we keep complaining about, and nothing is being done about it. At least if the football is good and performances are in there for the 2 top teams in the country, I think it bodes well for us, and that should be good for Hearts of Oak fans.
Well, I just want to say I'm very happy to see University of Ghana Stadium being used. I grew up on the University of Ghana campus, so this is something that they've been built, that was in construction for close to 20 years. They started building this a very long time ago. This was even a national team, if I remember correctly, even trained on the pitch during CAN 2008. That's how old that stadium was, and we only now finished it. So I'm quite happy that we finally finished that project and it's finally in use, because a university needs a stadium. If you go to universities in like America and things, they have these huge 100,000 seater stadiums and things. So it's nice for the University of Ghana to have a stadium, and it's nice that it's being used by Hearts of Oak, who cannot always play at the Accra Sports Stadium for various reasons and that. So it's nice to have another stadium in Accra that has a decent capacity that we can watch football in. So that infrastructure point is very good. It's very important to me.
Okay. So let's see if Hearts of Oak can actually continue on that very good run under their head coach Abubakar Atta. Their rivals Kotoko drop points against Mediama Sporting Club. So they'll also be looking to bounce back in that subsequent games. Let's get to the English Premier League, starting off from Saturday's fixtures at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was Tottenham taking on Newcastle United. We're taking the highlights. When we come back, there's more to talk about. All right, so Spurs just being Spursy. I don't know what they were doing in the box. And Newcastle United recording their fifth successive win in the Premier League, this time against Spurs. Yeah. Guys,
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. Like,
what kind of
But
football
you
does
have
he
to
want
cut
to
him
play?
some slack. I mean, he doesn't have his best centre back pairing.
But you see,
He's playing a young central midfielder as a centre back.
part of it is that you know you don't have your centre
No,
back.
but the philosophy stays.
Oh, don't do that.
That's not always going to work
That's part
for
of
you.
the problem. That you see, that 9-man game where they were on the halfway line, that should have been
That was
a
the Chelsea
serious
game. I
red
think it was
flag.
last season.
Yes,
Yeah.
a very serious red flag. You have 9 men. You say no, we are going to do.
Set up at the centre
Yeah,
line.
it was crazy, but Spurs are just so inconsistent. They are so streaky. You don't know what they'll do in the game. They started the game so well. You're like, okay. They've
There's
been
something
struggling
there.
at home, like they've been struggling for results. Something is coming, and they just let it all go. It was a very disappointing performance. I knew Newcastle were favourites. I thought Newcastle were more likely to win based on the form guide and everything. But I was just disappointed by Spurs' performance in the sense that you took the lead. Do something interesting, put the pressure on, show us that you want to win, you have some fight in you. You have a Carabao Cup semi-final coming up against Liverpool, I believe.
Yeah.
On Wednesday.
Yeah, if this is the type of performance you're going to give, that and this thing he says that his second season he always wins a trophy, it might not happen, no, because if they are going to go with that kind of lackadaisical attitude that you can't hold on to a lead, you are inconsistent in the final
Very
third,
open in the middle, very open at the back.
Liverpool punish you.
And they're always taking leads against teams.
Yeah.
They score first and, then just allow themselves.
I think they've played like what? Maybe of their matches at home, maybe they played 10 matches at home or something. They've kept like 1 clean sheet at home. It's not good enough.
Always
I think
conceding.
they've not won at home in their last 4, if I remember
and
correctly.
the funny thing is they had the best home record in the league up to a point, and then suddenly now they've won. I think
post
from-
the Arsenal game.
no, the Ipswich game.
Yeah.
The Ipswich game is where it all started to fall apart for them at home. So and then away to they weren't good before. So it's like bad away form, then your home form too has tanked.
Yeah.
Right now they're 11th. They're 11th,
Yeah.
and they've not been in the bottom half of the table at Christmas since 2009.
In fact, 12th.
I think outside Southampton, they've not
Yeah,
won.
Brentford are
I
occupying
don't
11th.
remember a game they won outside the Southampton game where they won. Like, everybody beat Southampton, but it's bad.
That was the 5-0 win.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
5-0
exactly.
win.
So-
And I mean, I can cut him some slack. That's what I keep saying.
You see,
Injuries haven't been fair to him.
I'll be fair.
But
I'll be
then-
fair that injuries have not
Yeah.
been fair to him, but he himself, his stubbornness, and some of the decisions he makes in that injury thing. Archie Gray is not even an experienced central midfielder. Then you put him as centre back. You're not helping yourself with some of
Charlie,
these decisions.
he's just like trying to, you're not playing with what person, putting players in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I can understand that you have injuries, but are there not centre backs in the under 21s? Because why would you bring an 18-year-old midfielder to play centre back when there's centre backs in the under 21s?
It would make sense to give a
There's-
youngster who is a centre back from the
It
academy
makes
play.
way more sense. Like, I'm trying to understand what the end
logic
game is
behind it.
because Archie Gray, his long-term future is not a centre back,
Yeah.
right? But I think they have a guy Alfie Dorrington or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a centre back. Why are we not seeing him in the team, for example? And okay, Dragoson is not that good and stuff, but put him next to another centre back. Maybe you will look a bit better because he himself is not experienced, but he has to hold an 18-year-old midfielder's hand. Then at least Jed Spence right back. So if you play left back, okay, the
Even
angles
he-
are different,
I mean-
but it's okay. Pedro Porro is the only first choice starter. The keeper too is not there. So there's a lot going on. So why are you putting someone so inexperienced into such a difficult position? For me, I don't think it's fair on the player. That's my issue with it. So I don't like some of the decisions he's made. And then even sometimes the midfield, sometimes you play Madison.
Sabi
Yeah,
Suman,
like he's
chopping
not.
and changing.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't. It's like he doesn't care about being solid. He just wants to attack. But clearly, like I know that's your philosophy. But at this point,
Ultra attack through.
the results have to be given us. The results have to match what your philosophy is saying. If your philosophy is there and you're getting results, we'll say, okay, we can trust the process. That's why when Pep doesn't want to change, you're like, okay, Pep, you know what? You've earned the right to not change.
Yeah.
But Ange, since you came, it's not been that great. You bottled top 4 last season. This season, you are not likely to get top 4 the way you are playing.
top 7 might even be.
Well, I just don't know what to say about him though, because he's actually on record to have said that he just knows one way of playing.
Oh yeah, he
That
says,
one-
"I will not entertain."
Yeah.
No, but even if you
He
know
knows
one
one
way
way
of
of
playing,
playing.
you can tweak it. No one is
So-
I
saying
think
that.
sometimes he has to be
Yeah,
a
you
bit
have to be just
pragmatic.
no one is
Because
saying
like
that.
he said, it
Can you
has
set up-
actually shown in the games that they've taken some good leads. I think against the Chelsea game, they allowed Chelsea into
2-0.
the game. I can remember some other games the same. Did the same thing. They kept on playing the same way, and then they managed to.
Like I said,
to bottle it.
But you see, the thing is, when it works, it's great.
Like
but it
against
doesn't.
City.
But it doesn't work often
Fantastic.
enough
Yeah.
at this point. It's not working. Let me not say it doesn't work. It's not working often enough at this point. Maybe when the players come back, it will be better. But right now, it doesn't look good.
Okay, let's see how Spurs recover. You can join the conversation by sharing your thoughts on the WhatsApp text line and what you think about what we've been talking so far. Speaking of some of the teams that drop points, let's head to the Selhurst Park. It was Crystal Palace taking on Chelsea. We're doing back-to-back highlights for you. And then Manchester City, they put 4 past West Ham United. And so the goals are back for Manchester City. They beat West Ham United by 4-1. Erling Haaland is back on the scoring sheet. On the part of earlier on, you saw the highlights between Crystal Palace and Chelsea. It's now 4 games without a win for Chelsea. So they drew against Everton. They lost against Fulham. They lost against Ipswich, and then they dropped points against Crystal Palace. They say they are not in the title race, so it's just fine. But the Chelsea fans
They're in the
are not
title
happy.
race. They're in the title race.
They're in the title race.
I think they intentionally put together this string of
They are
results.
falling out of the title race with their performances, but they're in the title
No,
race.
no, no. I think they intentionally put together this string of
Yeah,
results,
maybe-
especially after they
maybe-
said they are not in
Yeah,
the title race.
and
So
that's
that
what
you
the
know
head
they are
coach
truly
said.
not in the title
Maybe,
race.
maybe these results are confirmation that they are not in the
And so
race.
Exactly.
when they lost, Basca's like, yeah, I told you guys. I said I'm not in the title race, so why are you guys talking plenty? But that's a really horrible run. Because these games, I mean, they'll look at these games and say, we could have won these games.
Yeah.
Especially
They should have. I'll say
we
should have.
we should have won.
I wouldn't even say could have. Should have.
Yes,
Ipswich.
Yeah, you know one thing that it's worrying. The signs in the loss against Fulham,
Yeah.
it repeated in the Ipswich game and repeated in the Crystal Palace game.
Palace had a lot of chances actually. I don't know whether it's because the highlights we got were from Crystal Palace TV,
Yeah, so-
or so that they were showing their own.
No,
back.
but Chelsea
It did-
Chelsea could have put a game to bed even before that equalizer came. Jackson had some good
Yeah,
chances.
two
Yeah.
chances.
But I was watching the highlights, they looked very open. Palace were creating a lot of chances. I mean, and I said it on Friday, and I said it before we covered the game, that I just didn't feel like this was going to be an easy game for Chelsea at all. It just didn't give me the sense of a game that they were going to just walk in, get the win, and just leave. So I was not surprised that they split the points and all of that. But I'm worried for Chelsea, because even though we are the title race thing, they don't want to be in it and stuff. You still want that consistency that, okay, we want to get to top 4, because the way they are playing, they are sliding out. Newcastle are coming. Villa are coming. Who else is coming? City are coming.
is right,
Exactly.
yeah,
A lot
City
of
is
teams
City
are
have now
now.
closed the gap.
Exactly. So all these teams are pushing out.
Forest
trying-
is also being
Oh,
consistent.
Forest, they will get the top 4. They're a serious team. They are not joking. They're not
Like
joking
Chris
about their
Wood.
title race.
Chris Wood.
They are not talking joking. They know they're in the title race and they want to win it. They are not playing around. So yeah. So look, Chelsea just need to get that consistency back, because we know top 4 is the goal. That one there, they can't say that we are not in the Champions
They're in
League
the
race.
top
They are,
four race.
that one there, they are there. They are alive. So if they keep playing like this, they'll drop out and they'll have a big problem.
Okay. We are taking a quick break. When we come back, Newboy, you talked to me about City's big goals against West Ham United. You're still watching Scorecard. My name is Gabi Ofe. Doing today's show with Susu Graham and Emmanuel Newboy. Don't change your dial. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. This is Scorecard on Channel 1 TV. My name is Gabi Ofe. Let me try and read some of the messages and then we'll get into the City win against West Ham United. This one says, hi, my name is Theophilus from Takrady. The Spurs game was really exciting to watch in terms of attack from both teams. My team, Liverpool, did their best, but today wasn't our day. Onana puts up his A game today to deny us. Okay. Slot couldn't slot the devil. Okay. You mean slaughter? Slot couldn't slaughter the devil. His knife was taken away by the boy called Ahmad. Hey, Charlie, this kind of football, it is what we know as United's fun. Okay, we are having a striker. We would have, if we had a striker, would have won the game. We need Victor Osimhen from Fred Signani. Okay. Good evening. I'm Clinton from Insawa. Manchester United will perform in a big game and start singing Apeke and later lose to a small club. Good luck to my Chelsea.
Oh, he shouldn't do Apeke. Apeke.
All right, this one says, GFA must go. They are wasting our precious football time. Yao from Spintex. Just 1K difference has taken our coach to Zambia. Walako. All right, my name is Ken, texting from Tesano. Okay, I blame Alisson for the second goal conceded. His effort to save the ball was very poor. Hi. Okay, my name is Gabby, not Baby. My name is Gabby, yeah. So, hi, Gabby. We saw it on radio too. The person called me Baby. I don't know why he keeps on calling me Baby. My name is Gabby, please. It's Gabby. Thank you so much. Yeah, so, I'm Zongo Shakif, aka assaulted, what?
Oh, gosh.
Akwe. Hey, Charlie. I'm a City fan, but I'm happy that Liverpool didn't win and the City has bounced back. Okay. Abdul Wadud from Abuasa says, it's sad to know that most Ghanaian youth don't have interest in Ghana's league. Just ask them their team. They'll be mentioning European teams. Okay. Liverpool could not defeat
that's on, I feel like that's
this
on
Manchester
the,
United
I feel like
team.
that's on the league though, because their product is not good. No, seriously.
But that's a really, I think it's a legit point.
No, it's sad, but it's on the league.
It's the reality
Okay.
on the ground.
Because people want to watch good football. You think if there was good football, people won't go to the stadium because
Yeah,
it's cheaper.
that's true.
It's cheaper than DSTV
Yeah,
or
that's
whatever
true.
you're going
That's
to use
true.
to watch
5,
it.
10
Yeah,
cities
that's
you can
true.
get in.
This one says, good evening, Gabby. The inconsistencies in refereeing decisions in the Premiership is some way cry. A ball from Dan Suman. Yeah, I think we saw a couple of them today. No, but let's talk about City's win against West Ham United. I thought the goals dried up because I thought the over-reliance on Erling Haaland was telling. But he came to the party today.
I mean, I think
That's
for
two games, right? 2 wins, 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
3
2
goals,
games, 2 wins, yeah.
3 goals in 2 games. I think for City right now, I mean, with knowing City's level, these last 2 performances against Leicester and against West Ham, I don't think they are peak City performances, but from the abyss in which they were, they'll take a win of any kind.
Okay.
Because even if you look at the Leicester game, either before they scored or after the first goal, Jamie Vardy had some opportunities. If he scores, it could have changed the fortunes. Even this game, I think the first 10 minutes, Kudus, Somerville were costing
They actually
a bit of
looked.
trouble.
West Ham actually looked more dangerous, but then the goal just went in, and then the whole
And then
momentum
that
changed.
I mean, the first goal, unfortunate deflection beats the keeper, and then everything went in City's way. So for them, I think it's just about putting points on the board now, getting some form of consistent run, and trying. I think for them now, the best thing they can do is get top 4. Make sure that they don't
Out of the
miss.
title race.
I don't think so.
Because I mean, some rival fans say Liverpool, they are showing some cracks in the team, and so we can capitalize on that, especially with
What's
that
the
game
points
against
up
Liverpool.
now?
We'll talk
I think
about that game
about
later.
11.
It means they have to win every single one
Every
of their
single
last
game,
games, which is
And pray Liverpool drop points.
Yeah.
Liverpool definitely drop
which
points.
will
But
happen?
to win what 17, 18 in a row. That's a tough
lot.
ask.
Okay, let's get to the Amex Stadium. It was Brighton taking on Arsenal. Back-to-back highlights. Then we'll take you to Anfield, where Liverpool were held by Manchester United to a 2-2 draw. Enjoy. All right, so for only the 5th time this season, Liverpool dropped points under their manager, Arne Slot, and he came against their rival, Manchester United. It's a classic rivalry every time these two sides meet. And since 2021, Liverpool have actually lost just once in their last 10 meetings with Manchester United. And so, another draw. We'll take it like that against United. That's what the Liverpool fans will say. They are still top of the table, though. Yeah. Let me start off with you, Nubo.
I think I was saying United could
The
have
United fans say they want to play Liverpool every week. So.
Yeah, I think this was an Apiki game. This is a game that we can play the Apiki after. Because they played very well.
Yeah, they played well. I mean, I mean, we were saying before we came on, said that I think United were surprised at how well they even played. And I think they also surprised Liverpool. The form Liverpool is in, you barely catch them on a day where maybe just 2 or 3 players can hold their held up high that they played well. I mean, outside Gravenberch, McAllister, probably Van Dijk.
Yeah.
I don't think any of the other Liverpool players did very well. And this is what we expected from Amorim when he came in. Proper structure, proper organization, proper attention to detail. And with the way he set up his team, I think right from the onset, you could see that United came into this game with a proper plan. And Liverpool suffered. Curtis Jones, who normally serves as a catalyst, he receives the ball, moves into space, and keeps the game running. He wasn't getting it easy. Ugarte and Umain made sure that he wasn't getting chance and space to turn and affect the game. Eventually, he was hooked off. And then United, I think after the first 10, 20 minutes, when they didn't concede, started possessing the ball, passing the ball around, getting into good spaces, creating good chances. I mean, if Haaland could finish like Martinez, they should have scored with that chance.
That chance, yeah.
And then
Actually, he had a lot of things running through his mind because I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, allowed Alisson to come in and then.
Yeah, and so I think even overall, if you look at the quality of chances, United maybe deserved to win. Liverpool were really off their day. And
I saw an interesting stat that Liverpool's XG in this game was higher than their XG in the 7-0 game.
In this game was higher than the 7-0
is an anomaly.
Yeah. Liverpool had the 7-0.
Yeah.
Liverpool had 8 shots that game and scored 7. That's an anomaly. But I think Liverpool is beginning to tell on some of the players. I think for the past 3 or 4 games, if you observe correctly, Gravenberch looks like he's laboured. He needs some rest. And maybe Slot will have to look at this whole campaign wholesale and maybe sacrifice some tournaments. The Carabao, is it really that important? Maybe the league and the Champions League is what he should be.
Yeah, we'll get to that point though when he needs to prioritize.
Yeah, but I think he has to start
competing
now.
out of 4 competitions, right?
Yeah, I think he has to start now because Gravenberch, if you look at his, let's say, first 5, 8 games and how he's performing now, he's performing well. But you can see that getting to the end of games, he looks a bit laboured. He needs some rest. It's good that some players who were injured have come back. That's Konate.
And clearly he doesn't trust some of the players who's go on the bench because
I don't think Endo can't get a game.
I don't think he's used Wataru Endo.
Yeah.
He even played centre back in the Carabao Cup game, I think against Southampton. He didn't even play as a midfielder. So some players need to get some rest. And with how the team is set up, with how he deploys the team 4-2-4, those 2 midfielders do a lot of work. Superslai also was a miss for this game. I think if Curtis Jones goes out, he comes in, he impacts the game in a positive way. But then again, I think if you want to win the title, these are some of the games I believe you should win, especially playing at home. Regardless of the fact that you are playing against your rival, you should be up for the game. And Liverpool weren't up for it. Trent got skinned this game. I think this is one of his worst performances.
He actually
in addition to the
Fulham
Fulham
game,
to be
yelling at him on several occasions.
He's actually very lucky they didn't lose.
Yeah,
He's
he was
very
that
lucky.
poor. Every proper chance
came from that side.
Because if they had lost, everyone would have zeroed in on him. And there's this whole drama with this contract and things. Exactly. It was not a good performance at all.
Still Liverpool.
But I want to talk about Arsenal a bit. I think they are struggling a bit. Too many draws. They've drawn 7 games this season.
That's a lot.
And a lot of them they've been winning the game and they've kind of lost their position. I think I'll give them credit. Okay, the City game, red card and everything. Brighton away Brighton at home, sorry.
Yeah.
Same thing, red card. I can give them credit for those games. But there have been some other games they've taken the lead.
I think even the Liverpool game, where they took the lead, they should have been able to
win that game.
They should have been
there were a few games where it's like they just didn't score. But that one, Liverpool scored very quickly after, I remember, the first equalizer. And then they made a lot of changes. Injuries were happening. And then
but it was 2-1 for quite a while. Liverpool scored, I think 5 or 10.
Remember, they brought on Miles Kelly. Their back line was very makeshift. So some of them understandable, but it's still too many drawn games. Too many games from winning positions lost. They don't score the second goal often enough. Then there was the Everton game where they couldn't break Everton down. Those things make a difference because Liverpool are winning games. Liverpool, when they get the first goal, they get the second, they get the third, they kill the game.
Yeah.
Arsenal are not killing games, and that's what's costing them because once you're only a 1-goal lead ahead,
it's always in the balance.
There's always in the balance. The draw is you are just as close to a draw as you are to a win in those situations, and they need They need to be scoring that second goal more often. So very disappointing. Another disappointing result, but they are lucky that United did them a favor and didn't make it costly. They are still in the same state of play as they started the weekend. So I think they will take it considering the fact that they drop points.
But now Saka is injured, so that's someone who's a huge. I think he has the most assists in the league, maybe after Salah.
Yeah.
So he's going to be out for 2 months or so.
I think he's coming somewhere early March.
But I think they are doing okay without him so far. I don't see a difference between their performances when he was there and when he's not there so far. So far, it seems okay because they drew with him. They drew against Brighton with him. They've drawn the same game. Who did they play last weekend? They beat them.
Yeah.
It was Bournemouth.
Yeah,
But they lost to Bournemouth. No, it was Brentford. Sorry. They beat Brentford without him. So, I mean, it looks okay for now. But
yeah. So Brentford 3-1.
Yes, exactly.
3-1. Okay. Let's take another break here. When we come back, we'll take you to Spain. Just touch briefly on what happened there, and then we call it a wrap. This is Scorecard. My name is Gabriel Fel. We'll be back after this. All right, welcome back to Scorecard. My name is Gabriel Fel. Let me try and get into some messages before we head to Spain for our final highlights for today's episode. Good evening, Channel 1 TV. Manchester United all the way. Businessman from Kumasi. Okay. This is from Abraham. He says his business not be name, so. Abraham Jedu from Broadcasting says, kudos to Hasselhoff for their victory over Legon City. So I'm happy for Manchester United picking a point at Anfield against Liverpool. Okay. Good evening to you guys. This is Tropa Tony from Dansuman. It says, from Dansuman, what? Tungawachi. Okay. If Manchester United were up to 50% of today's performance in their games, they wouldn't have been where they are by now. Keep up the good work. All right, thank you so much. This one says, good evening, I'm Ronnie from Teshi. I just love the new Chelsea and I'm so proud of them. They should keep playing like this. You're trolling them. Anytime Palmer score for Chelsea, Chelsea will draw or lose the game. The story will change if Maguire scored. Okay, joy for Kumazi, Charlie. Leave Maguire alone. He's a defender. The best he could have done was what he did. The ball bounced. So did the ball not bounce?
It was a bit of
That
a
was a
bounce.
good clearance.
The ball bounced. So it was a good clearance.
Don't do that to my boss. Don't do that to my boss. Don't do that to my boss.
Oh Lord Jesus! All right.
He had a decent game.
Oh, he had a very good game.
Yeah, he was very good.
I've always been saying this. Maguire, he's solid though. It's just that when you ask him,
If Pep wanted you, you must be.
Coach
there must
said
be
it was the
something
boots,
about
the
you.
size of the boots. So
the size 50. Yeah, it's always a Maguire. The problem is that they ask him to come and play high line, and he's having to turn and things.
Ball
Just let
play.
that's
him,
not his kind of
just
football.
let him,
line
just
sentence.
let him be in. Oh, the ball playing can do. Just let him be in the box and hit the ball, clear the ball.
You're done with you.
Let's
Let's head to
that's,
the.
I mean, as a centre back, I can see a good centre back. You know.
Okay. Let's get to Spain. Yeah, Spain. So Madrid beats Valencia by 2-1. Let's check out the highlights. You back and then talk more on that. All right. So Madrid winning that game by 2-1 against Valencia. Guys, just quick thoughts on this.
Disgraceful performance from Valencia.
There's a reason why they are last.
They are last by one, I believe. Disgraceful. And this is, as someone who's been watching their football a long time, I remember watching Rafa Benitez's Valencia in the 2004 UEFA Cup final. That was a team.
Yeah.
For them to have fallen so low that you're in the relegation zone and you are leading against Real Madrid,
With
and you
12
just
minutes to go.
And you have 11 men, they have 10 men. With 7 minutes to go, you managed to lose the game. That is so disappointing. Like, I can't believe that this is what Valencia has been reduced to. And I have to say, the ownership will take a lot of the blame because since Peter Lim has taken over, things have not gone well. They have a stadium they've been trying to build for 20 years. It's been, the club is just in a very bad state. And look, and it's even more painful because the Valencia region, they suffered floods recently. You would think that at least the football team will get some inspiration. That look, these people are suffering. People died.
Yeah.
Take some inspiration, try and do something for the community. But even then, they just can't bring themselves to do something. So, we're just watching Valencia is very painful right now. As someone who's watched a lot of football, because Valencia are one of the teams that they make things. They make things
They've
interesting.
turned out a lot of good talent.
Exactly,
David
it's very
Silva,
painful.
David Villa,
Joaquin, Vicente, Ruben Baraja. He was even coach earlier this season. They sacked him. And this
Brought in
guy,
another.
Roberto Ayala. Look, you can just keep mentioning players
fact,
for Valencia. Juan Mata. Oh, it's sad. It's sad. It's very sad.
Well, Nubo, you have the finals on Madrid.
Well, I think for Madrid is good. I think now they are top.
Yeah,
but
top.
Atletico have
43
a
points.
game in hand.
Yeah.
If they win, they go
Atletico
above
have a
them.
game in hand.
Yeah, if
Yes.
they win, they go above them 1 point. I mean, it's good for Madrid to keep touch with whoever is at the top. Initially, we thought Barca were going to run away with it, but
I think they've
obviously,
won like 1-7 or something like that.
Obviously
Their
they
form
cannot,
has
so-
really.
It looks like it's going to be a battle between the two Madrid teams. So
And this was a postponed game, which is why they're not really playing La Liga this weekend.
Yeah,
I think this is
they're
a
break.
Super
Copa
Cup,
del Rey.
Copa del Rey weekend, but this is a postponed game because of the flood, so they just played it. So that's why they played this single La Liga game.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so Madrid winning that game by 2-1, top of the table. Hopefully they can continue like that and then win the league. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you guys. My defender and midfielder, please keep fit. Don't get yourself injured for next week's game. My name is Gabi
My
Ofe.
throat is already injured.
Don't worry, I'll buy you lozenges. I'll get you something so that you
Tea, hot tea, hot
Hot
tea.
tea,
Yeah, hot
okay.
tea. I'm going to drink some tea. when
All
I
right.
go.
Thank you so much for watching. Those of you who texted into the show, thank you so much. And for the United fans, I know your team is on that ascendancy. Continue performing like that. We're back same time next week, but you can catch us later tomorrow morning on radio for the very latest on kickoff at 7:10 a.m. for all the updates in the world of sports. My name is Gabi Ofe. I did this with Susu Graham and Emmanuel Nobo, supported by my able producer Kelvin Edemkai and also my Pelavovi. Thank you so much, the camera crew and everybody who made this possible. This is Channel 1 TV. Don't change it out. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and bye-bye.